Good morning, Legacy viewers. My guest today is retired Admiral Arné Söderlund, and we're going to try and help with their fundraising cause to get the Assegaai submarine moved to its permanent place where it would become a museum. Welcome, Arné. Great to meet you. So maybe if you could just give us a bit of the history behind the sub and what you need, and hopefully we can get some donations. But if there's a big sponsor out there, that would be even better.
Thank you, Andrew. You've summed it up very well. The Assegaai was one of our third Daphné Class submarines, which we decommissioned in 2003, November 2003. And she was the last. And as South Africa had no preserved ships, or at that stage we had one which has now been destroyed as well, we decided we'd like to preserve her as part of our maritime history. And a bunch of us got together, some still serving at the time, others retired, and we started working towards preserving her. We got permission from the Navy in 2005 to actually preserve her at no cost to the Navy as part of the Naval Museum. The next step was, of course, to raise funds, and by 2008, the only way of doing that was by taking guided tours of her during the Navy Festival. But we then looked at the possibility of opening up to the public on the outer side of the wall, people approaching by boats, and through the system we ran her from December 2010 to August 2015. And over that period we raised about 800,000, but we also used a lot of that money to do restoration to her. We took her out of the water for a basic refit in 2015. At that stage, the Navy was concerned about her deteriorating further, so she was put ashore. Recently, things were not looking very good because she was in the way in the dockyard, and the Navy offered her to us again. We actually asked if we could start again, and they agreed. And we therefore started fundraising, and to date, we have basically received a fair amount of money. But more importantly, we've used our initial funding to prepare the site. The Navy very graciously gave us a beautiful position right next to parking area, access to the public with buildings. And we've now laid down the foundations for the boat. She will no longer be in the water. She will be above the ground, with two accesses cut into her. In addition to preparing the foundations, which is quite a bit of heavy groundwork because we're on a reclaimed land, Diamond Shipbuilding Company Cape Town very graciously offered to assist us with building the stands out of steel, as well as the lifting frames to get her there. And last Monday, we had a formal handover where Diamond presented the boat with its amendments to it, modifications to it now, and the Chief of the Navy received it on behalf of the Navy because it remains a Navy exhibit, but being run by the Naval Heritage Trust. And all the funding has been raised by the Heritage Trust to do the actual restoration and the move. Currently, the only way to move her is to get heavy equipment from Gauteng, and the move is estimated to cost 1.7 million rand, which could be a bit less if we can link it to a move by any other company which pays for the movement of the equipment down here. There are 3 companies, and one of them comes down, we might be able to get it in. But it still means we have to raise a minimum of 1.2 million to do the move. Once we've moved her, it makes it a lot easier because we can open up almost immediately because the interior of the boat is in perfect condition, and we can carry out the return using income generated from visitors to the boat. So what we're actually looking for right now is to build up our funds. We're currently sitting at enough to cover the difference, but mainly we need a sponsor. And the idea of a sponsor which will cover the move of, say, 1.2 million, which, by the way, if you convert it to pounds, is a lot less, which we're looking for sponsors all over the world anyway. And they get the full advertising rights for the move. They can then use them for advertisements. And the moving of a 700-ton submarine is quite an achievement. In addition, the company gets recognition rights at the museum, the sponsorship board, etc., plus use of the boat for company entertainment and things like that. So it might not sound much, but the importance of this is it's not just preserving a submarine museum. we're preserving the Assegai Museum of Technology. The whole idea being we're going to have display areas showing the technology used on a submarine, which, by the way, few systems in the world have more systems on board. A submarine works in 3 dimensions like an aircraft, but she uses a sonar and all sorts of other acoustics and things which others don't do. So we want to show the youth, and I'm talking about the pre-teens, the importance of technology, importance of maths and science, and we're going to concentrate on this as part of a career advice system and getting kids interested in the sciences. So it's preserving history, but uplifting the youth of South Africa in the educational field.
No, that's great. And yeah, so from Legacy's point of view, obviously our appeal is for any potential donors to assist. But if there's a big sponsor out there, that would be fantastic. We will post the bank details on the video and as part of the sort of description of the video as well. So, you know, please guys, let's help. Let's preserve the legacy. We're the legacy channel or legacy video, but I think it's a legacy of the submarine factor of the Navy. So if we can help, that would be great.
It's all from families, and for a donation, we acknowledge every single donation, and all will go onto a donors list, which will be on display there. But for substantial donations, and we've had a number of them, for 10,000 Rand, for example, you get your name put on a bunk. The submarine has hot bunking systems, so for every 2 bunks, we have 3 people, and they all change during their watches. For a little bit more, we can do the wardroom for 30,000 Rand, and even the captain's bunk has got a name on it already. So the other thing is those donors also have free access to the submarine for themselves and their families, and also make use of us for entertainment purposes, etc. after hours. Just, you can also mention that donations, any donations made to us, you give me, I'll send you the prospectus, but any donation, the reference must be Assegai and a name.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can acknowledge them.
Yeah. Great.
But I'll send you the prospectus.
Yeah, oh, that would be great.
Are we on email or not? I don't think so.
I'll send you my email address.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well...
Sorry about that.
No problem. Thanks, Arné. It was great chatting to you. Great looking around your museum.
Thank you for helping us.
And let's hope we can give you a bit of assistance, you know.
Every bit helps.
Every bit helps, so yeah. And Legacy viewers, thanks for watching. Until we meet again.